What's going on, guys? About Maximum RPM RC coming at you with another video today. And in this video, we are doing a review of the Redcat Ascent. Now, I would like to give a quick shout out to my coworker Nick. This is actually his truck, and he is letting me borrowing it for the weekend so I can make a video. I sent him home with my axial base camp so we could swap trucks for the weekend. And well, we'll get into this truck in just a second. Everything is bone stock. However, I've been told that these come with a overdrive kit for them, or an underdrive, or whatever they call them. Nick did install the stock one that comes with the truck. I haven't really noticed a huge difference between this and any of my other trucks, but you know, something's better than nothing. So let's actually look at the remote real quick. It is a standard Redcat C4 remote. Really comfortable. I like this. The only thing I don't like, and it's really comfortable for if you drive two-handed. If I were driving two-handed, I typically stand about like this, and that's perfect for me. However, because I've been doing videos for so long and recording with one hand, I often find myself driving one-handed, and I've got pretty big hands. I can still reach the remote and the wheel just fine, but it is just a tad bit of a stretch. And it's got, you know, steering endpoints, and you've got your throttle trim and your steering trim. And you also can reverse the polarity of both the motors and the steering, which is really nice for when you're, you know, doing aftermarket stuff or putting different motors and ESCs in it. Sometimes it makes it a little tricky. This really simplifies it, so you have the ability to do that. And it's got a channel 3 and channel 4. They don't do anything on this truck. However, it's nice that they have them for options. I'm going to turn this on real quick. I haven't seen anyone else point this out. It's got a button here that says LED, and when you hit it, it has a little LED diode that comes on the front of the remote. And, you know, it's not super crazy, but it's also, you know, fully lit in here. And let's just shut the lights off, make it a little dark. This is nice. I actually really like this. You drop something, you could use it just as like a spotlight to kind of help you focus. If you're going for a walk and your phone's dead maybe, or you didn't bring a flashlight with you, you know what? It's not much, but it's better than nothing. I actually really like how Redcat did that, and I kind of wish other companies would do that with their remotes. I think it's a really cool little feature. Now let's move on to the truck. And I gotta say, I love this thing. So here's the Everest, the Ascent. I'm used to saying Everest. Nick did put some little chrome pipe deals on it. Fell off. I gotta glue that back on, or I'll let Nick do it either way. Couple things about this truck. I really like the body. I really like the dovetail look. It's got some nice scale details on it. It's got a little registration in the window, you know, some nice stickers. And it's got that nice dovetail competition look. Lets the truck have some really good approach angles. The body's not going to get hung up on anything. And the blue version, I can't speak as far as the red one, but I believe the red body is all one piece. The blue one is two-piece, and I know a lot of people who do run competitions typically do just the cab, and they won't have the bed on it. Now, this is Redcat's comp truck, their little competition rig that they came out with, and honestly, I think they actually hit the nail on the head with the marketing for this. So, it is a clamshell body, just like many Redcats before. I have no clue how far it goes, so I'm going to only bring it about there because I don't want to break his truck. Rear-mounted battery tray, transfer case, really good-sized drive shafts. Their 24-turn 550 motor, that's in a lot of their trucks. Redcat did something that I absolutely love. They actually installed the slipper clutch in this. That is a huge deal for me. I've had many Redcats over the years, and I have broken quite a few transmissions in them. They put the slipper clutch in it. That should make it a lot more durable. Good size servo up front, receiver, and this still has the modes. Actually, hold on a second. Yep, so it's the same as all the others where you can pull the prawns in it, and you can either run it for lipo or nickel metal, and you can also set the drag brake with it. They're super simple. They essentially go in two different ways. It's a 3-prong with a 2-prong connector. One way you're going to have 100% drag brake. One way you're going to have 50%. Pull it, you don't have any. And that's a real quick overview of the truck. The switch on the ESC is right under the front fender. Easy to get to. And I gotta say, I really, really like this truck. The shocks don't appear to be adjustable. And that's not a huge deal. They're pretty good. However, I have one small complaint. And that is actually in the suspension. The suspension moves fine. The back articulates really good. I would like to see a little bit more out of the front. And it's not that it... Actually, that is the full limit of travel. So I would like to see just a little bit more articulation out of it. Some nice aftermarket shocks would get you there. Out of the box, I think it's fine. It handles really good. But I think it could use maybe just a tad more clearance or a tad more movement in the shocks. The truck is on portals. They're the Gen 9 style portal axles. No bump steer. Handles great. And these stock wheels and tires are actually fantastic. My only complaints about the truck, it's a little tippy. So I'm not even saying swap to a different tire, but I would find these tires, get some aluminum bead locks, and weight the wheels and tires. That's the only real thing that I would change about this. I can deal with the suspension because it still moves really good. It's got good ground clearance. However, that is going to bring us to the second issue with this truck, and that's the fact that it's an LCG truck. It's got a really low center of gravity. The chassis is low. It gets hung up in the middle. But pick your lines good, and you can get around that. And that's not really a complaint. That's just a fact about this style of truck. They get hung up in the middle if you're on trails with a lot of roots and rocks. Every truck has its downsides. I wouldn't even say it's a downside. I'd just say keep in mind that your belly is the lowest part of this truck. Wheels and tires are really good. My only complaints is the balance of it. I did notice, however, when crawling uphill, the motor really bogs down in this. So I think they could maybe, and I really like how this truck is geared. It's got enough wheel speed to get you out of situations. It's geared really, really good out of the box. But maybe a higher torque motor would do for this, just because it seems to bog a little bit. It never came to a complete stop, obviously, but it bogs just a little bit. Either way. What do I think about the truck? I think it is fantastic. Stock wheels and tires, really good. Could use a little bit more low down weight. Other than that, I really have no complaints about the truck. So, let's get into the video. And alright, so we're kind of doing things out of order. I'm recording this after the trip to Lampson, so I've already got a bit of a... kind of know what's going on with it. I'm really impressed with its turning circle. Get that out of the course. I'm really impressed with its turning circle. I feel like that front end needs a little bit more articulation, but that's just my personal preference. That corner is a pain, and this truck did it great. Okay, now with the really skinny dovetail body, let's see how it gets through the pinch point. Boy, those tires got some good ripple. Slid through pretty easy. Now this is going to be the biggest one for this truck. Just with here and there. Just where they crest the hill. Ooh, it just touched. And this is a tricky one too. Yep, most get hung up like that. Most of them can't pop out of that though. Just skates along. Let's see how it comes up this. Alright, so it's still getting hung up just a tad. Yep. That's the one issue that I have with these trucks. But they geared it so well. They geared it with just enough power so you can pop it over things. I gotta say, guys, I am very impressed with this. So let's take it to Lamson now, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. Alright, so I picked up to a pretty steady walking pace. I typically walk slower when I'm recording just so it doesn't look this bouncy. And I'd say it's a decent, like, brisk power walk. I'm actually going to let the truck get ahead because that's really annoying, and it is comically loud. It's kind of like driving a Black & Decker blender. Yeah, let's see if we can get ourselves... Okay, let's see if we can take the line that no truck ever really seems to be able to get. It seems like a simple line, but it's not. I mean, this is a pretty good angle. Oh my God. I've never had a truck do that. I am like genuinely surprised. All right, so I'm trying to reset to take the line that people normally take up this, and I actually rolled it. I'm noticing, yeah, Nick warned me that its side hill wasn't super fantastic. Let's see if we can... Okay, first of all, that never happens. These tires are fantastic. This thing's a laser pointer. Pick a line and shoot. I've never had a truck be able to take all 3 lines. Normally they take the second line, which is the easiest. I'm genuinely impressed right now. This truck is incredible. Well, surely it can't do this. I mean, this is a center chassis hanger for sure. All right, let's... back her up just a tiny bit. I want to hit that with just a tad more. One more line. I want to try just a little farther to the right here. Not bad. I am really impressed with this truck. I really am, guys. Most trucks can't make this trail look this easy. I take my hat off to you, Redcat. You built one heck of a truck. This thing's incredible. It really genuinely is. I can't wait to get it on my course at home. Let's see how it does on the root hill. This is a bit of a rough one. I'm gonna take her a little quick. Ooh, got hung up on the diff a little bit there. I might have to have Nick come out one day and run this with my base camp. I would be really curious to see how they compare. Because last time I came out this way and I ran this trail with the base camp, I was with Connor and Jaden and we were just messing around, so I don't know. Might be worth the comparison. I don't know. Yeah, they got the gearing perfect in this. It's got enough torque to where you're not bogging down. All right, actually, let's get these tires nice and wet, because this is our little rock climb test. And I'll try there and here. This is the hard line. So I kind of wanted to get those tires wet just a bit. Wow! I am really impressed, guys. I love this thing. Wow, this truck is so good. Now, I really like my base camp, but I'm noticing a few differences with this. One, this is shorter and it's, well, more competition style. With obviously the, oh no! I lost a chrome tip. I'll have to see if I can find it. I bet I know right where it is. Anyway, like I was saying, with the base camp, it's a full frame truck. It's got bumpers front and rear. You know, there's not a whole lot of there's some scale items to it. But with this, there's no bumpers. There's no I thought it'd be stuck in this tree. Oh shoot. Well, looks like I owe him another set of tailpipes. Sorry about that, Nick. Either way. Oh, I found it! Oh my god, I actually found it! Not where I thought I lost it. Alright. Tailpipe retrieved. It's it doesn't have all of the scale stuff to hang it up on. And that's obviously the point of a competition truck. I think Redcat's got really good marketing on this. It's definitely a comp truck. And that's the thing, I've never driven one of the Axial Capras, which I know is one of their big comp trucks. And the Element Ecto. I've heard really good things about that. Troy from Roadside RC, he's done a pile of videos with them. The truck looks fantastic, and I know you can get huge overdrive kits for those suckers. This truck is so good. And I'll have to do some research. I'll do some price comparing, especially comparing this to like my base camp. I'm genuinely impressed. And you know, I want to say that I'm taking it easy on the truck just because it doesn't belong to me. I haven't had to push it at all. The truck is so good. Now we're really going to test it on our uphill part, because that looked pretty swampy. I'm also going to test my ability to keep my shoes out of the mud. Now you guys know our little tradition here. I don't bring religion into stuff for many reasons, but in some religions, baptizing is a thing. And we're going to baptize this down to Lampson. And you guys know what that means. He drives in. Oh yeah, those tires do not care. That's really good, guys. That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'm going to get back to the uphill section. You guys know how we do this. We do the one lane down, the one lane back. So let's get we got the truck up against the garage door. Just for this test, I'm not bothering putting the body down all the way. And we'll take it right till it's completely parallel. Side by side might be in the way a little bit. Alright. So, from the door, and we're actually like perfectly parallel to it. 4 feet on the dot. 48 inches. That's not too bad, really. There are a lot of trucks out there that can't. Looking at the price of some of these, the Capra coming in at $506. The Ecto coming in at $409, and this comes in at $296, so it's also the best deal you're going to get on the truck. I was very impressed with how this truck performed. Its handling was really good. It's got a good weight to it, decent power, plenty of torque, and it's the best bang for your buck out of all 3 of the comp trucks that I've really noticed hitting the market. And I can't speak on them as far as their performance. I've never driven the Ecto or the Capra, but I was really impressed with the Redcat Ascent. I would say this is a 10 out of 10 truck. If you could only buy one truck and you wanted to do a little bit of everything, this one is definitely in the top 10 for me on a truck that I would go for. Little on the noisy side. That's my only huge complaint about it, is it's deafening to drive. However, every truck has their ups and downs, and the biggest down for this is the noise. And the only 2 issues that I have are the noise, and it could be balanced a little bit better. If I had to bring on a third thing, it would probably be the short travel that these shocks have. But the truck seems to get along just fine, even with limited articulation. So I'm going to call it here. And I'm going to say that this is a fantastic truck. I would definitely think about picking one up if you were going to get into competition crawling, or if you really just want to kind of branch out from traditional trail trucks. This thing was a lot of fun. I'm sure you could dress it up pretty nice with some scale accessories. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. The price is good. The performance is good. Turning circle is great. Really responsive steering. Good throttle response. I'd give this truck a 9 out of 10. So, I'm going to call it there, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications to get all my videos because I upload frequently. And as always, I hope this video makes your day just a little bit better. Live life to the max and stay awesome.